defense and what you're going to be facing on Sunday with them?
Yeah, obviously it's been a top defense in the league for years, but they're playing really, really well right now. Playing as a unit, they're kind of all on the same page. Able to do a lot of things out of the same personnel and just give different looks. They don't just have one thing they do very well, they do it all, and they kind of just mix it up. So it's not like you can key in on any tendencies, stuff like that. You just got to be paying attention and go through your base rules and execute.
Are they different than they were the first time you faced them?
I think they're more on the same page. They have veterans at every single position, different levels, but they're all on the same page. They've been communicating and executing well, and so it looks like they're having fun on playing defense because they're playing as a unit and playing together for each other.
Greg said they kind of shorten the game because they shorten the number of possessions. So as a quarterback, I don't want to say careful, but do you have to be smarter with what you do out there because one play could turn this game?
Yeah, and I think just anytime you play a division opponent, taking care of the ball is the most important thing, because a lot of that is momentum. Taking care of the ball, like you said, being careful. But, I still got to be myself. Still got to let it loose and play fearless, make those throws that I've been making, and trust our guys to make those plays.
You guys have played in some big games and important games, and Denver was one of them. Do you expect this to be even another level knowing the Ravens at the
Absolutely. This is the first, I think, playoff atmosphere game that our guys will see. You know what? Denver was a great, primetime game, but this is a big one. They're playing for a playoff spot, and we're playing to prove who we are. And as I said last week, we got to win the last two games, and right now we're focused on the Ravens. So yeah, it'll be a great atmosphere.
You've helped, obviously, played a huge role in this turnaround from last year to now. Did you realize when you got here the magnitude of just everything that had preceded you, and what it would take to go from then to now?
I had an idea, but it takes having that same idea and mindset to go to work every day because it's a process. Like I talk about the culture change, the little details. That's a whole process. You got to be able to hit the reset button every day and come in with a positive mindset and ready to work, and that's just how it is. And so if you don't have that, it could be overwhelming, but because I had an idea of that and had the right people around me, it's been pretty easy.
Baker, do you believe that momentum from the end of one season carries into the next season?
Absolutely, especially since this was such a new team, so many new faces, and so we'll see what happens. And we'd obviously love to have this one in the season on a very, very high note. And obviously to spoil somebody else's playoff hopes, that's motivation too.
You seem to have a good appreciation of rivalries. You've done a hot 35 with Cincinnati rivalry. Beating Baltimore and then subsequently letting Pittsburgh into the playoffs due to these divisions.
Yeah, no, I think we take care of business on Sunday. Hopefully that's 4-1-1 in our division this year, and that's pretty much a really good turnaround from the past years. So that's the way we want it to be.
After the game, we asked you about the stare down, and you said, after the game, I don't know what you're talking about. But since then, it's kind of gone viral, and they're showing it all over the place. Can you acknowledge now that that's basically what it was, and if so, what was the feeling behind that or the motivation there?
I don't get why people have a problem with football being a competitive sport. You're supposed to play with emotion. You're supposed to play with passion. Quite honestly, if you don't like it, whatever. Football's not meant to be a soft game. Could care less.
And what about your little ongoing thing with Colin Cowherd? He kind of took exception to what you did there.
I said this after I went on a show. He's very good at what he does. He gets an opinion going in the media, and then once you go onto his show, he's very cordial, professional, and then as soon as you leave, he's back at it. It creates viewers, it creates, money and revenue flowing through his stuff. And no, I think he's a very good businessman. Now, if that's his real opinion or not, I don't know, but in person, he was very nice, and it's just funny to see how he gets people riled up. It's entertaining.
Because you were worried, though, about pushing things too far. I mean, you're the face of this franchise now, and you worry at all that your on-field behavior is perceived wrongly by some people?
That sounds like the exact questions I got for the combine. No, not one bit.
I get what you're saying about competitive game. I understand that. But there's a lot of guys who play the game. Everybody's competitive, but don't do those things.
Everybody's different. Everybody's different. That's how it is. Said it and knock a cookie cutter quarterback. Can't seem to say that one. But you know what? Everybody's different. Everybody leads a different way. Everybody's competitive in a different way. I'm not trying to be anybody else. I've been who I am. That's gotten me here, and I'm going to continue to do that because I try and improve every week, and I have that same mindset. And so that's why I said a few weeks ago, I'm not trying to get anybody's approval. I'm trying to win football games and do this for as long as I can. That's the goal. And the guys inside this locker room know that. And they know that I would fight for them. They know I'd take a bullet for them. And to me, that's what matters. I don't have to make any friends outside of this locker room. I'm not trying to do that. Once they're in here, they know exactly what they're going to get, and that's what really matters.
It seemed like early on Sunday, you and Jarvis were kind of having trouble kind of connecting. You missed him a couple times, or I don't know, whatever was going on. How imperative is it this week, Baker, to make sure you guys hit the ground running against this defense?
When you play a great defense like the Ravens, you got to execute. You got to do the little things right. And, kind of like you mentioned, taking care of the ball. Realizing you're not going to have as many series on offense, you got to take advantage of the opportunity. Taking care of the ball, executing, doing all the little things right. We talked about it when you play good teams, like when we played the Texans. It's all the little things that really matter, and they show up. And if you don't do them right, it'll hurt you. It'll cost you. So, that starting out fast against this team is very, very important. And so there's definitely going to be an emphasis on that this week.
Baker, how familiar are you with the history of the Ravens? Growing up in Baltimore and the Browns and all that?
Pretty familiar. Yeah. My left tackle from college is now starting at right tackle for them, and his dad was, played for Cleveland Browns. So pretty familiar on the story. It makes the history and this rivalry interesting, and I think that makes it fun. It makes it, passionate for the fans and something, worth watching, especially when we're going to try and make this rivalry competitive again.
Did you read back on that after you were drafted by the Browns, or did you just become aware of it?
I knew a little bit about it, but there was definitely a lot that I found out afterwards, and so realizing it was an overnight change and stuff like that, it's pretty dramatic, to be honest. Yeah, it's a very important thing that happened.
There was another gesture that you made during the game, a little encounter with Freddie that also kind of went viral on social media, on the internet, and it was sort of interpreted as maybe a little bit of an off-color gesture that you made to Freddie. So my question to you is, maybe you don't want to comment, but my question to you is, was it what everybody seems to be interpreting it to be, or are people taking that a step too far?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know. We have a lot of stuff within our locker room, within our, what we have going on in the offense. A lot of inside jokes. Who knows what it was?
So you don't know what I'm referring to?
No, I try and stay off the social media things. So everything trending that you're talking about, oh, well, I didn't. So that's.
Question about Lamar Jackson. What runs through your mind when you watched him play quarterback?
Talented. Very, very naturally talented. A guy that can change the game in one play. If you don't contain him, he'll hurt you with his legs. But I think the thing he doesn't get enough credit for is how good of a passer he really is. How he's able to put the ball in his teammates' hands. Because his play, he's not going to run just to run, even though they have some design zone reads and stuff like that. But when it comes to passing, he's not going to try and run around and run the ball. He wants to distribute it. He wants to get it out of his hands and get it in his playmaker's hands. And so he's a game changer.
From the standpoint he does run all, do you look at it and say, well, I wouldn't want to run that play? Even if you could, you had that kind of...
I was about to say, if I had that speed, I don't know if it might be a different story. No, but yeah, no. You want to use it when you have to. That's what it comes down to.
Do you know him well? The Heisman stuff?
Yeah, no, I know Lamar and his family pretty well from 2 years in a row going to New York City, and then, throughout the draft process as well. Great guy. He's somebody that's fun to be around and makes it enjoyable, so I'd assume it's the same when it comes to going to work every day.
Some quarterbacks say, when we ask them about the opposing quarterback, well, I'm really just playing the defense. We're not playing each other. Do you look at that, or do you look at it like, hey, I want to be better than the opposing quarterback? It is a bit of a duel in my mind. How do you look at that?
I think there's a little bit of everything. For me, it's always us trying to do our job the best we can. But then, the extra motivation, the extra stuff on the side is who you're playing. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it interesting, or the challenge, the task at hand. But the most important thing is always making sure you're doing your job the best you can and improving every week.
Having been through a full season now, who do you think the Browns fans dislike more, the Ravens or the Steelers?
Steelers. But I don't know. We have a lot of Steelers fans becoming Browns fans this weekend, so yeah.
The local pro football writers gave you the Joe Thomas Player of the Year. Just wondering if you knew that and what your reaction is. Thinking of it.
Found that out earlier, but pretty good honor considering Joe Thomas, quite the legend around here. So I appreciate that one.
You guys hear about Perriman a bunch, but do you think, obviously, who being drafted in the first round by the Ravens, this is a big week for him? I mean, obviously, it's a big week for everyone.
Yeah, I would assume so. He's not the type of guy to show it, though. He's very about his business, quiet, just goes to work. But knowing him, how I've been around him more and more, that's an internal thing for him. It's going to push him this week, and so we're hoping it's going to be a positive thing.
And we also voted Antonio the good guy. He cooperates with us. He sets a good, whatever, image in the locker room.
He's the new Joe Thomas?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's the first back-to-back guy ever.
Back-to-back good guy, huh, Joel? Congrats, man.
Just what kind of tone in leadership does he provide? I know he's a captain for you guys, and he's been there a long time.
Yeah, obviously the easiest way to put it, he's a captain. Everybody looks towards him. But, the type of veteran leadership he brings to the table of that presence. He doesn't always have to say anything, but him knowing his job and, how to handle things and get everybody on the same page up front, and then just within the huddle of communicating the things that the coaches want relayed, like playing the next plays, the details, just doing our job, stuff like that, it's the things in the right moments that he says, because he's not going to be one to just talk. He's going to have it in the right moments, and I think that's, his type of leadership, and it's been vital for our team.
You've talked about being the best you guys can be as a team. How much motivation is it Sunday to knock them out of the playoffs?
It's a lot of motivation, and it's not just about them. It's about us winning and going out on a high note. Even though the playoffs have been out of reach, it's about us, and that's what it's always been about. And so that's the motivation. The true motivation is taking care of business, making sure everybody knows exactly, the standard around here. I keep talking about setting the standard, and winning is that standard. So that's the goal this Sunday.
What's the impression that you have of a defense in the NFL as you head into the offseason? And it's these Baltimore Ravens, the number one defense in the NFL. How good will that be for your development to kind of know what you're up against in terms of a great defense like that?
Yeah, anytime you play a good defense like that, it's always a good, key to evaluating yourself and as a team where you're at. And so looking forward to it because they've been playing really good as of recently, and obviously with the challenge at hand for them and what's on the line, it's going to be great. And so, yeah, looking forward to it this Sunday.